Oh, you're gonna do wonderfully, Sugeng.
Say again, Adam.
Oh, you're gonna do beautifully, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still confused after your session.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm left kind of shaking my head at the end of the day too. It's nice because I kind of let it like sit in my head for a while,
After
and
your session.
over the next couple of weeks, like things will start to click a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
I explain it to Ava sometimes too, and although there's no context really, it's trying to put it into words, that help
Wow.
understand it. And oh, it's nice, man. I enjoyed your class too. The
Oh,
biography.
yeah. The
Yeah.
story was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, man. How are you over there?
I'm good. I'm good. So what? Everybody's down with COVID or?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, Katie started getting she started feeling a little ill, right? And
Oh.
at the time, she didn't have like full-blown symptoms really. She wasn't feeling really sick. So Ava, I ended up taking Ava, and we were doing some stuff like um, kind of out in the mountains and doing a lot of hiking and stuff. And by the time we came back, Katie actually had like she had come down with it. So yeah, so we kind of had to keep Ava away for a little while, and now Ava, just over the past couple of nights, she started running a fever. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, and she's got like a cough that's a little bit more pronounced, like in the evenings. So it's a lot of her symptoms actually aren't really present during the day. So I wasn't too worried. But last night I started to feel something in my throat. So we'll see how that if that progresses and gets any worse or not. But yeah, it
Oh.
looks like we all might have,
But
we're all
you are
sick.
you are good. You are good, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good right now. I think it gets progressively worse though. So we'll see how everything goes over the next few days. And
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Wow.
like I was paying attention, like yeah, Ava, she was waking up a lot in the last night as we were sleeping, and so yeah, and I kept feeling her, and she was just really hot. Like her
Oh.
fever it was really bad. So um, I think it should be like 2 or 3 days of like kind of where it's just kind of intense, and then it should start to hurt.
Oh, wow.
So, anyways, man, sorry, long explanation, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who are kind of wondering after Geshe-la said that our entire family came down with it. So,
All right. I see. Wow.
but all in
Okay.
all, feeling good. I mean,
But you look okay. Are you still coping okay?
fine. Yeah, I took a shower before my class. It kind of woke me up, and so I feel fresh.
I see. I see. But you got COVID too, or you were good?
Not entirely sure yet.
I
So
see.
my mom is a cardiac nurse.
Uh-huh.
She works in an industry where she has access to tests. So she's going to bring one of the rapid kind of swab tests with her the next time she comes.
Uh-huh. Oh,
So
wow.
we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, please take care. Drink more water. Rest more.
Yeah, sorry, I'll let you get on with the Q&A, man. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, let's start. I'm sorry for the delay. That was my rest, actually. Yeah, I saw a few questions in the chat box. I'll start with the easier one, the one that I know how to answer. So Zhang Jie, Zhang Jie is asking about having hard time learning and then not familiar with the topics, not familiar with the Tibetan language especially. So what is my suggestion? So what I would say is that personally, I started this mixed nuts like dummy, didn't know anything, not even the Tibetan. So I just plan myself, make myself be present, try to listen as much as possible, and then well, sometimes when we don't know, we want to write everything, you know. But here I would say don't try to write, because when you write, well, of course, depend on your learning modality. Some people learn by writing, but sometimes in mixed nuts, our discussion can be pretty fast. You know, like for example, Adam's session. You know, the discussion was so fast. So if you try to write, you might lose the discussion, the train of thoughts in the discussion. So what I would suggest is try to listen as much as you can. And then the fact that you are here means you have access to the recording. You can always listen back to the recording. So, and then if you want to take notes, maybe you can do that when you listen back to the recording. That is what I suggest. Tibetan is the language is not something that is easy, but I don't know. Somehow I sort of get a gist of it, you know, after I think 5 years. I think 5 years, right, Adam? For 2017. 4 years, almost 4.5 years, you know. So
January, next January.
Yeah, January, 4.5 years. So it feels like, well, I mean, sort of getting some of the feelings. So I think that's what you need to have, right? And of course, Geshe Michael has a very good series of video in YouTube. You know, maybe you can't get access in China, but those of you who have access to the YouTube Tibetan Languages channel, TLC is a nice acronym, Tender Loving Care, Tibetan Language Channel. So you can, I think, when was it? Is that 2017, Adam, I think? I don't remember.
Yeah, they started the Tibetan language channel just after the translator course started. Yeah, but you can find it on there. You know, I think there's actually a playlist of the grammar and the pronunciation that Geshe Michael was leading. But Geshe Michael shot all those videos. I want to say in like maybe 2014, 2015.
14. Oh yeah, end of 2014. Yeah. So those are good videos. I think I would really recommend all of you to go there to learn the alphabet. I will paste the link here. I found it. So you can go there and then listen to the alphabets. Geshe Michael also added lots of explanations, vocabularies, and some of grammars. So try to listen to them, and yeah, basically that's my base, that's my foundation before I went to Sedona. So so that will help you a lot in your learning. The next one, I hope I answer your question. Zhang Jie, I hope you can understand my English. Okay, and then I saw another one from Always Love. I think this is who? Natasha? Yeah, Natasha, you were asking about the Tibetan language too. Yeah. And Natasha asked another question, which is pretty sensitive. Political asylum. How can I get it quickly? Well, I would like to go back to the Diamond Cutter principles that we are learning here. So we are saying that give what you want. So we just need to give what we want. Yeah, so what we want to get we can't use it literally, political asylum, what does it mean? What does it mean to us, Is that protection? Is that peace of mind? So I think you need to really define this term to you. Well, yes, we know realistically it means you go somewhere and then a country will accept you, but what does it mean to you? Why do you want to have that? Are you do you want it because of the protection? Do you want it because of the peace of mind? Do you want it because of the I think you just need to find it, the essence of that, and then do it, give it to others. So if I were you, I would like to I was born in Indonesia, and then I grew up in Indonesia, and then I came to Singapore in my 20s. To me, at that moment, I really wanted to get out of that country, The racism was pretty bad then, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. The fact that my skin is yellow was a cause of pain for me, because I'm sorry I use this term, my skin color was different, or is different from everybody else in Indonesia. So that is a cause of pain for me when I was young. And I really wanted to get out of that country. And while I got wild thoughts then, very, very bad, very, very bad thoughts then, but deep in my heart, I was pretty soft. So I have this. I was born in Indonesia. I grew up in Indonesia. My university too. So but deep in my heart, I was a very soft person. I was a very straight person. My father has a term to describe me. He was saying that Sugeng is somebody who is very straight. He couldn't even, in Chinese, we have a term saying that you need to be flexible to be able to survive in this world, kind of thing, So Sugeng is somebody who is not flexible at all. He will tell you, if it is black, he will tell you it's black. He wouldn't even tell you it's a gray. Although people might want to hear that it is gray rather than black, or white rather than something else. So my father used to say, hey, Sugeng is too straight. He is not flexible. I don't know how he can survive. So, I'm so straight. I love underdogs. Underdog means people who are marginalized. Marginalized as in, marginalized means you are being discriminated in the society, So for example, if I watch, Olympics is going on, right? If I watch somebody who is underdog behind, losing in the battle, I will tend to cheer for the underdogs. Hey, come on, run, kind of thing. So maybe because of my nature of, first I feel very, I feel because of the discrimination, I always feel that I am nobody. So because of that, I like to support the underdog. So because of that, I have kind of a compassion for people who are suffering. So I tend to give, I think, protection. So that actually planted good seeds for me to be able to come to Singapore in my 20s, and then, I don't know whether we have Indonesian here. Okay, I think he left already. Even the first time I came to Singapore, what did I tell myself then? I told myself I'm not going to go back to that damn country anymore. So, my hatred was so bad at that time, but because of my love for underdogs, for the marginalized people, I had compassion for them. I give protection, some sort of protection. So I managed to, I think, plant the seeds for me to get out of and to migrate to Singapore. Okay, so I hope this can help you. Okay. There are questions in the Q&A box. Adam, please feel free to chip in if you have any other thoughts. có亲人来到生命的末尾，如何能够助力他停止负向的？Okay. Well, yeah, there's a question in the chat box in Chinese. It is basically saying that how can we stop our, I mean, if our loved ones is coming to the end of their life, how can we help that person to stop the negative cycle? And, I mean, somebody, yeah, Adam, I came to Singapore immediately after my university. Okay, back to this question, how to help our loved ones at the end of the, who are dying, and then to stop them from the negative cycle. And interestingly, yesterday, one of my friends were asking me on this question as well. And I remember Geshe Michael in Lamrim 35. In Lamrim 35, I thought about this on the Wheel of Life, how to help our loved ones prepare, get ready, or even when they pass on, to not fall into the negative cycle. And let me give you the link. I think I have the link. Here it is, Liberation 35. So yeah, I think you can learn, you can watch the video, knowledge-based, Lamrim, Gift of Liberation 35. I think it's a very, very comprehensive instruction how to help our loved one get through the end of their life who are dying. Yeah. Okay. And oh yeah. I heard that pain back experiences bring many times learning. Isn't that saying that good thing can come from a bad thing? Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Hi Eva, how are you?
She's been very patient and very well over the past hour.
So her temperature is good already?
Well, that's the thing is during the day she's fine. It doesn't get bad really until she goes to sleep.
Okay. And yet she needs sleep. She needs more sleep, right?
Totally. But yeah, I noticed that her temperature goes up and she starts to run a fever and her cough comes back after dinner. So
Okay.
the night times that I'm worried about.
Perhaps give her more drinks.
Oh, totally.
Warm water, yeah, and then coconut water kind of thing. Yeah,
that's interesting. That's been one of her favorite drinks over the past few days. Yeah, we give her tons of coconut water, or at least I try to, right?
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I was gonna say too, I've heard Geshe Michael say in the past that you can use top K, skillful means to try to walk your loved ones through the four powers, through the biggest things that they may be regretting in their life. And I think that takes a lot of skill to be able to do that, and sorry, I got to go fill her watering can up.
All right, no worry. Thanks a lot, Adam, for the.
Yeah, he was saying that if you can get them to kind of confess, in a skillful way, the things that may be heaviest on their mind, that's a great way to help them in a transition, in a more peaceful way. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack everything, but.
No, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, and we should help them get their mind away from any regrets that they may have, or any negative things that they may have done before. Yeah, and then ask them to think back on the good times when he or she was helping other people and feeling happy about life in general. Yeah. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, man.
Yes.
The class tonight, man. And yeah, thanks for the Q&A so far.
Thank you for staying back. Yeah.
Good night.
Okay. So yeah, and then the next question. I've heard that pain, bad experiences bring many times learning in life. Isn't that saying that a good thing can come from a bad thing? Yeah. Well, yes, we can say yes and no. Good thing can come from bad things, provided we understand the nature of the good thing, the bad thing. But a lot of time people don't understand that good thing can come from bad things, and because of that we hate the bad things. So that's why if you sit through a sage's class, developing a good heart, we will learn very often that we need to look at the learning from all the bad things happening to us. Bad things will only happen if we have the seeds. So instead of feeling resentful of the result of the bad seeds, we need to try our best to understand what the seeds are, and then try to change the seeds so that we don't experience them anymore. Yeah. So yes, we still need to have the understanding. We can't be just feeling resentful of the bad things, or blindly think that good things can come from bad things. Yeah. So we need to really understand that. Okay. The next one, if my parents did not get married, will I still exist? Am I the same person? Well, I thought through this question before too. And I think now with my current understanding, I would say that yes, I will still exist, maybe through other ways. My parents are just the vehicle for me to come back to this wheel of suffering, samsara, and yeah. So perhaps I will be born in other families with the same environmental seeds that I carry. So yeah, Geshe Michael was also saying, in the book Karma of Love, he gave a story of some being, a being who will have to be born as a bear, but the timing was the timing didn't happen to match. that the timing was not the bear mating season. So that being will still be born, but instead of born as a bear, it would be born as something else, which is very similar to the nature of the bear. So yeah, it will still happen. Yeah. Okay, I saw some more questions in the chat box. Let me move here. Yeah, thank you, Li Wang, for saying that reciting the Buddha's name and let the person hear the name will be useful too. Yeah. Okay. Taitaran T1. Okay, Sophie was helping some other people to ask questions, and this is talking about insurance. Okay. Well, the question is basically talking about insurance, whether we need to buy insurance, right? In simple terms. Yeah. 想找个业力伙伴，搞清楚为家庭买保险，我们真正需要的关键是什么？ Okay. Well, yeah, insurance. Well, this is very similar to a question about if I'm sick, whether I should go and see doctor or not, you know. So I have a house, should I have insurance? And whether if I'm sick, whether I should see doctor, whether I should eat medicine, you know, should I just focus on planting the seeds? Well, the answer is yes and no. Basically, we still need the seeds as the deeper cost, but well, I mean, depending on deeper cost alone is all right, provided you have a lot of good seeds. Yeah, so we definitely need the deeper cost. But on the other hand, I think in Karma of Love again, Geshe Michael also mentioned a term called the pattern and equipment. Pattern and equipment. So there's a pattern for the seeds to ripen, and there is equipment for the seeds to ripen. So so in the case of doctor, for example, medicine. So when we are sick, we will go to see doctor, right? Well, I mean, yes, we need to plant the seeds. We need to have the seeds to be healthy. At the same time, we also need to go and see doctor, and then doctor will give us the medicine. So this is the pattern of people, general pattern for people to recover from their sickness. And the equipment will be the medicine. So the question is that, do I need to follow the pattern and the equipment? I would say yes for the start, and then and that is normally how the seeds ripen. Yeah, it's the same thing about the case of I forgot the term, 家暴, or domestic violence, jia bao, you know. Domestic violence at home, you know, when there is a domestic violence, or when you meet a rascal, you know, what do? Should you run away, or should you just tell yourself, I have good seeds, I will not be bullied, I will not be hit, you know? I know that's not true. When you face problem, when you see rascals, when you are in the situation of domestic violence, the first thing is to run away. Somebody come and see you. Hey, my husband hit me, you know, is hitting me. You know, your first advice is please get away first. Don't let your husband or your wife hitting you, you know. When you are being bullied in school, for example, you know, first action is to run away first, get away from the bully. At least tell the teacher if it is school bullies, you know. Don't just sit there trusting, yeah, I never bully people, I never hit people, so I will be safe. Well, I mean, get out of the way first. So that is the pattern, right? That's the pattern. So the same thing for insurance. This is talking about what? Jiali Baoxian. So it's a home insurance, for example, or maybe personal insurance. So that is the pattern. People use insurance to protect their life, their home, the health insurance, for example. So yeah, I think there's a pattern, and we need the equipment. Yeah, so just do it. And then of course, if you want to know what is the key. What is the key point you need to take care? I think you need to consult the professional. You need to consult the professional, and the professional will be able to help you the kind of insurance and coverage that you would need. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I saw a question from Zhang Jie again. I like the questions. In the classics, is there any teaching of coffee meditation? How is it related? What is the relationship between coffee meditation and law of attraction? Does it mean that coffee meditation also has both power, good things and bad things? Yes, definitely. Yeah, coffee meditation is part of our 4 steps, and it is covered. Geshe Michael took it from the Abhidhamma Kosha, chapter 4 on the seeds. So that is the ancient source, and you can refer back to that one. Or if you have chance, you can get on the DCI Global Level 1. We will learn in full detail about how to use this in our life, right? Now, law of attraction, LOA. I used to be very interested in LOA too, and that was before my DC days, Diamond Cutter days. So I follow the steps taught in there. I do whatever that I had to do. I do my visualization. I do my what do you call that? The dream board. I pasted things on the ceiling of my room, on my wall, and I didn't see anything, or rather, I didn't see any good results out of that. And finally, after learning the Diamond Cutter principle, I realized, oh yeah, yes, those are good to start with, but I was missing the seeds. Yeah. I wanted to be prosperous. I want to have extra money, but I was very stingy. I was very stingy. I was very calculative. I didn't even want to share what I have with others. Very interesting. I used to be very egoistical. Egoistic. I used to have this thinking, if I have my share of food, I just want to have it myself, I don't like it when people ask some food from me, especially when it is packed food, So when you go somewhere, and then when you pack food for everybody, so everybody has the same size of the food that they have. Of course, I will be very happy if people give me their food, but I will be very upset if people, hey, Sugeng, can I have some of your whatever, some of your veggies, some of your rice, some of your noodle. I would not be happy at all in the past. So that was me. When I first got married, I was kind of confused. Wow, my wife was so generous. She would even, before she start eating, she would even ask people, hey, Catherine, you want to have some noodle? Hey, Joy, you want to have some rice? Hey, Juan, you want to have some veggie, So I was wondering, wow, okay, after she give away all the food, what is left for her to eat, And then I have another thought, yeah, lady, they don't eat much, They don't eat much, that's why they should give it to others first, But me, I'm a guy. Yes, it's suspicious. I'm a guy, I need more food. I need to eat a lot of food. How can I give it to Juan, for example, So you see, I was so stingy to that extent. So you see, that kind of me, even if I try to attract lots of wealth from the universe, do you think the universe will ever give me? Never. So after learning the seeds principle, I realized, oh yeah, I was so stingy. I was not even willing to share what I have. And no wonder I was never prosperous. So yeah, so now I learned the seed system. I learned to share with people. And you know what? I feel much better now. Just our first day mixed nuts, that was on Friday evening, Singapore time, Asia time, right? Friday evening. I tell you, that night I was in a bad health. I was feeling so bad. I was wondering that could be the last of me, I was breathless. I couldn't breathe. I felt so dizzy, I was thinking maybe I should ask my wife to call ambulance that night. It's midnight. Just after the class, Seiji started first, Venerable Utpala next. It was after her class. I was so excited. I was listening to the class. I felt so good, but at the end, I felt so dizzy. I felt like falling down, and I realized that night was terrible. It was hell. I almost didn't sleep. My wife didn't sleep. And I realized, oh, it must be my digestion, because just before the class, I went. At first, I thought I wanted to fast. I didn't want to eat, but that night we got lots of leftover. I thought, okay, because you see, I'm so stingy. Even a leftover, I also didn't want to throw away, So I thought I just eat. And wow, my goodness, because of my the greedy feeling, I was terrible. So like last night, I decided to eat a little, and I was sharing with people. Wow, I felt so good. So sharing is good. Okay, enough of my story. Coffee meditation is you think about a good thing you did, but actually you don't do anything. Oh no, Changche. To do coffee meditation, yes, you think of good things that you do, but you need to do it. You can't just wish for it. You still need to do it. Yeah. You think of the good thing that you want to do, and you also must feel happy after you do it, and you recall the happiness. That is the coffee meditation. So very different. Yeah, you still need to have the seeds for coffee meditation to work. And yeah, we discussed this in the Wheel of Life in my first book about good seeds and bad seeds. Coffee meditation will work on both good seeds and bad seeds. If you recall back all the bad things that you have done, of course, the bad seeds will also ripen very quickly. But on top of that, if we have a wrong understanding of the worldview, if you know the two husbands in the kitchen, the story, and the husband who is not coming from your seeds, if you have the wrong understanding, yeah, my husband scolded me because he was hungry. My husband scolded me because he was scolded by the boss. My husband scolded me because he was trapped in the jam. Then that is a wrong understanding that will actually ripen the bad seeds very quickly, right? So yeah, very different. I want to jump to Ruko's question. I think she was so desperate, she put on the chat box and also Q&A box. How to plant seeds of getting close to the teacher? I remember this. I remember Geshe Michael's answer to this one, because this is also something very close to my heart. I want to be close to my teacher. I want to be close to Geshe Michael. So, and I really pay attention when somebody asks the same question. I really pay attention to the answer. And this is what I'm going to tell you. To the seeds to get close to the teacher is to apply and practice what the teacher teaches you. You see, what's the point of being close to the teacher if you don't apply what the teacher is teaching you? So very obvious. Whatever your teacher teach you, whatever your teachers teach you, you need to apply. Even the simple things. So we learn about the seeds. We learn about the pen story. We learn about the 4 steps. We learn about to not cherish ourselves. We learn about, a lot of things. We learn about a lot of things. We learn about the 10 virtues. We learn to write the book, 3 times book, 6 times book. We learn how to do meditation. We learn how to do yoga, So are we listening? Are we doing what the teacher is teaching us? Yeah, 听话照做. Yeah. So we need to apply. We need to apply. We need to practice what the teacher teaches us, So because, we want to be close to teacher because we want to get a teaching. That's why, therefore, we need to apply what we are learning in life. We learn to have compassion. We learn to have bodhicitta. We learn to be patient. We learn not to get angry. But if you're still angry with your family, if you're still angry with your mother every day, then what? Why do you still want to be close to teacher? So I think using the logic alone, like Adam's class, amazing. Using the logic alone, it is illogical for you to be close to teacher if you don't want to apply what the teacher is teaching you. So if you want to be close to the teacher, then you have to apply what the teacher is teaching you. So this is explanation from logic, which is also happen to be the same thing for the seeds. Yeah. So Ruko, I hope you get it. Yeah. Okay. Few more questions in Chinese. Yeah, although I can read Chinese, but I'm lazy to read the Chinese properly, but okay. Okay, question by, Xiaoli, Gong Xiaoli, Mahamudra, Mahamudra Meditation, present moment. I hope you're asking about the Mahamudra meditation that we cover in the DCI level 3, right? Future and past at the present moment. Oh yeah, okay, there is future, there is past. Is there any present thought? Oh yeah, of course. So in this Mahamudra meditation, we also call it present moment meditation. It's called present moment meditation. I don't know, in China, I don't know whether, yeah, because you call it 大手印, you see, 大手印. 冥想 in Asia, in Southeast Asia, we call it 当下冥想. We call it present moment meditation. I think that's the old term that Geshe Michael used. And our focus is to keep our mind on present moment. So we want to observe our mind when it runs to the future. We want to observe our mind when it runs to the past. So by observing the mind, we will be able to keep it in present moment. Yeah. So yes, there is present moment in this present moment meditation. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So the reason why so this present moment, this Mahamudra, in the context of level 3, ACI 3 or DCI 3, right? We have our session, we draw a small mind at the back observing the big mind, right? So by just having the awareness of small mind observing the big mind, it is actually a tapke. Tapke is the skillful means. Sanqiao, it's a skillful means for us to keep the mind in present. Yeah, yes, there is answer in that. Okay. And then, okay, there is 一直没有坏事发生，心会懒惰，心会懒惰松懈，该如何解决这样的情况 ？Okay, another there's a question from Luca. Hey, Luca, 还好吗？Luca is my old friend. Not that she's old, but I knew her quite a while ago. I think 7 years ago, right? So if there is nothing bad happening, but we are just feeling lazy, slacking off, So how to solve this situation? Very easy. I think in DCI level 8, yeah, DCI level 8, Geshe Michael give us talk about this, right? So DCI level 8, there is this one of the problem in leadership is that there are three kind of laziness. Yeah, there are three kind of laziness. So the first kind of laziness is that doing nothing, slacking off, lying around. So at that moment, how do we solve this problem? Yeah. So how do we solve this problem is by thinking, Yeah, Geshe give us the solution is that doing meditation, thinking about cows being led to slaughterhouse. So all of us living now, we are just like the cows, like cows. Everybody of us, we are actually queuing up to go to our death. We are approaching our death every day. Every day, it is one step closer to death. Everybody of us. So the problem is that we are not aware, just like the cows. They are not aware they are being led to slaughterhouse. All of us are the same. Every day we are moving nearer to our death. So by understanding this, by doing meditation on this, we will be able to get rid of this feeling of lazy. I think this is my problem too, There are days I just feel so lazy. I don't want to do anything. Of course, the first question I ask is that, am I burned out? Am I tired? Am I not having enough sleep? If the answer are all negative, no, I'm not burned out. I'm not feeling tired. I'm not having lack of sleep. Then what else? So I will just think of the cows being led to slaughter. No way! I must quickly get on the work. Quickly get on the work. So yeah, that's what I would do. Okay. Nirvana is later. I see another question by anonymous attendee. Okay. My mother is a Christian, and I see there's a sentence in the Bible which means that you will be with me in the heaven for 1,000 years. Does it mean if you believe in Jesus and do go to heaven, the life will be 1,000 years long? Yeah. This could be a metaphor, right? This could be a metaphor. And a metaphor of long life, or rather forever. But I'm not here to discuss about other texts. Yeah, I'm not here to discuss about Bible or whatever. But in this situation, I will try to do my own reflection, whether it is literal or it is figurative, right? And if it is literal, it is scary, like what you asked here. Is it only for 1,000 years? What happened to the year 1001? Yeah, it is scary if you think of that. So, wow, year 1001, where will I be? Will I be abandoned, Will I have to lead my own life? Where, So, but if it is figurative, means that this is just to show us that it is long period of time, then we need to come back to, I think Adam's session is very wonderful, We don't just have to get everything on the face value. We have a tool to apply the logic to all situations. So in this logic, so if we were to apply logic to this, is there something called forever? Here I think we can use another term, forever means permanent, unchanging. And then it will go to DCI 7, changing, unchanging, the jewelry box of the concept of things, And I think we discussed a lot in Adam's text before, his first book. Yeah, today what we discussed in the second book if we go to the first book, you can actually look at the TLC, the Tibetan Language Channel playlist on Adam's book, the Dura, the Logic, and there was a discussion about this impermanent, changing, unchanging. So is there anything that we can call unchanging? Yeah. Yes. And then we, as a being, are we changing or unchanging? There is a discussion in there, and we all agree, or rather we came to the conclusion that we are unchanging. So that means we are impermanent. We are changing, right? That means we are impermanent. So when we are changing, is it possible for us to be in a place with someone who is also changing, to be forever, to become unchanging, you know? So I think we don't have much time. I think you can do your own reflection and think about that. Yeah? If you were to take this figuratively as a metaphor, but if you were to take this literally, I think that's very scary. Yeah, 1000. Then what happened to 1001? And then in Veda, I think they say that we will be living like 10,000 years with Brahma, whatever, you know. So that if we were to take that literally, it is also scary. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to the Nirvana, lower Nirvana, higher Nirvana. Okay, actually, to make it simple, okay, before Nirvana, Ruko, if you want to look at the content of the books, not just my book, all the Mixed Nuts books, you know, you can go to diamondcutterclassics.com website. You will have access to all the confirmed final, or rather all the confirmed content that have been checked by Geshe Michael. Yeah, all books, not just mine, just so you can go there, right? Okay, now back to Nirvana. Okay, this lower Nirvana, higher Nirvana, they come up pretty often in the text if you pay attention. And well, typically, well, yes, we always think that our Nirvana is basically the Arhat, the listeners, and then the higher, the Mahayana, we talk about Buddhahood, we talk about enlightenment, but some people also refer to the enlightenment, Buddhahood, as the higher Nirvana. Yeah, so here basically it's just a matter of names. Yeah, just call it that way. So yeah, so generally when you see lower Nirvana, it refers to the Arhat's Nirvana. And then when you see higher Nirvana, it refers to the enlightenment, Buddhahood. So I think we shouldn't worry too much about these two. It's just a matter of getting used to it, you know. Like I was joking just now earlier, you know, Joy Chan, she put herself as JC, you know. So it's a matter of calling, yeah. And then John Campbell, he also put JC most of the time. So it's a matter of calling it that name, yeah. Okay, Liu Ying, another of my old friend. Let me see. Okay, 4,000小方便说。So, 这是 for 意味着如果你的动机是为他人。Well, yeah, this is talking about whether if we can tell white lies for the good of others, right? Okay, so basically, I will always like to. Okay, sorry, I'm back to Isabel. Isabel, leftover, no leftover. Let's not get confused with that. Yeah, because this leftover and no leftover, Well, what we learn about leftover, no leftover in the lower school and the higher school, they are also very different. Yeah. In the lower school, we say that when we become arhat while still having a body, it is leftover. And then when we go into our nirvana, it is parinibbana, it is no leftover. Whereas the higher school is reverse. So let's not go there. It will take a lot of time. I think it was discussed in Utpala's text, so you may want to refer back to that text. So leave it there. You can, I think Utpala or Nick's book, we discussed very in detail why the higher school look at differently. But here, lower nirvana, higher nirvana is basically referring to the arhat and the Buddhahood. Yeah. Okay, back to white lie. Yeah, I think personally, I would agree with you. If it is for the good of others, white lies are good. Yeah, personally, I think like yeah, let's say somebody is sick. Our dear one is sick. And then doctors say, hey, the life is 3 months left. And then do we tell our loved ones, hey, you only have 3 months left to go, or no, you are very good, So again, I will assess the situation. If that person is pretty spiritually matured, then I will frankly say, yeah, you only have 3 months. Please get ready. But if the person is not spiritually ready, I will not tell that person directly. I will use skillful means to him to get ready. Yeah. So yeah, but of course, I always tell people, if you tell white lies, they are still lies. So the question is, do you have the courage to bear the lies, the negative seeds? If yes, then why not? Yeah. So yeah, to me, if it is for the sake of others, why not? But you need to understand the risk too. Yeah. Okay, Isabel. Okay, let me go back a while, detour. So yeah, higher nirvana, lower nirvana. For me, in simple term, is basically lower nirvana is the arhat nirvana, higher nirvana is the Buddhahood, right? But if there is no reference of lower and higher, if it is just nirvana, then for me, I will take it as the arhat's nirvana. Okay, so that is one. Put aside. Okay, now. Leftover, no leftover. Let's use the lower school. Lower school say, when you become arhat, it is you reach nirvana with leftover because you still have this body, yeah, leftover. And then on the day when you parinibbana, when you leave this world, then you don't have anything left over. That is nirvana with nothing left over. I think that's good for your understanding now. Okay, don't get confused. Now, if you want to go deeper about the higher school, which reverse it, you can read Nick's book or Utpala's book, okay? I don't think I want to go there, okay? It's quite long, okay? So put it aside, okay? Park it aside. When we have time, we discuss, okay? When we have time, we discuss. Okay, now, leaving in another questions. Wow, Vinaya. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me summarize the questions. Yeah. In Allison's Vinaya class, we talk a lot about male and female, how they should get along with each other. And she was saying that last year. Is that last year? Okay. In the past, in her company, a male and female colleagues had a travel together in a carpooling, and then there were many improper relationships. Oh, okay. And so that the company then issued a directive, issued an instruction that single men and women should not ride together in a car. And a lot of people think that that's too much. So what is my opinion? Wow, is that, or how should we address this, right? Yeah, I think first of all, we need to you see, follow all, well, yeah, first of all, we need to understand this vinaya or rules, at moral ethics, ethics, morality. Why do we have rules? Some people say rules are made to be broken, but why do we have rules? If you follow our mixed nuts from beginning, you will realize that a lot of rules in Vinaya were actually added by Buddha along the way. Buddha didn't come on day one and say, hey, this is few hundred rules for monks. This is few hundred rules for nuns. No, In fact, in the beginning, it was pretty, I would say pretty empty. And then along the way, so-and-so did this wrong. Okay, let's have rule for this. So-and-so that did that wrong. Okay, let's add that into the rules, So it is accumulative. The rules were added along the way as and when Buddha observed that people couldn't behave properly. So yeah, the same thing like in your company, because men and women, single men and single women, sometimes not just single men and women, married men and women also behave wrongly. That's why your company is wise enough to implement the rule, So we always like to say, behave, do as what the Romans do, as in Romans, do as what the Romans do. Do follow the local rules, follow the local rules. So I think follow the local rules. So that means we need to respect the local rule. Rules are made because something must have happened before. Okay. So, and it's good that we have the 10 virtues, for example. And somebody asked me, so does it mean that it is not right to have karmic partner of opposite gender? Yeah, even in Singapore, sometimes in the past, we tell people to do 4 steps. You need to find your karmic partner, and then men and women, they do together, and then improper behavior also happen. So yes, we always tell people, if the best is to find a karmic partner from the same gender, yeah, the best. But if you are pretty, if you can follow the ethical moral well, then it's okay. But the first rule is that try to find karmic partner from the same gender. Yeah, we don't know, we don't know. But yeah, that is normally our advice when we tell people to do 4 steps, right? Yeah, okay, Joy was actually helping to translate. So yeah, I would say that rules are there. I think it's good to obey them. And then, yeah, sometimes, we are still human, we are still human. When the prana runs to the left, the urge, the what do you call that? Wang, the Wang. Desire, the desire is there, the lust is there. Yeah, thank you, Joy. So when we have this desire, sometimes it is the lust, especially, it's difficult to control, Yeah, I can tell myself I'm married, I have to respect other women. But as a human, when you are together when there is nobody around, it's pretty dangerous, So I think the rule of not having male and female together in a quiet place, it's kind of good. I think DCI has a rule on that, I think it's from Geshe Michael. DCI teachers are not allowed to be male and female are not allowed to be alone in a single room. I think there's such rule before, you know. We just want to prevent things from happening. We just don't want all this to mess up with our life, you know. Hey, we have already so many problems. So let's not add into those problems unnecessary things, you know. You know, we are still human. It's so difficult to control. It's so difficult to control. Well, I know some people say women are wiser, women are more wise, women can control, but men, trust you, I'm a man, it's so difficult to control. So rules are good. So yeah, I think this is from Ying Ying, right? Liu Ying Ying. So yeah, if there is a rule, there is such a rule in a company, then we just have to respect. We just have to respect, yeah. Because if I were the boss, I think I would also implement the same thing. As a company, we have too many problems already. We don't want to go into personal relationship. Let's say I have a very good employees, A and B. A is male, B is female, you know. A and B are so good employees of me. But because we don't have such rule, A and B has an issue, you know. And when A and B had an issue due to relationship, due to infidelity, you know, it will create problems. And then both of them have issue. They cannot contribute to the company, or maybe end of the day, they have to quit the company. It's a loss to the company. So rather than risking all this, I must as well put the rule, no, male and female cannot be together if there is nobody else. Okay, I hope I answer all the questions. Yeah, looks like I answered all the questions, right? Yeah, maybe Isabel's question we can catch up next some other time. And that's all. Thank you for staying back with me. 50 over people here. Yeah, and thank you again for supporting Mixed Nuts. I think it's, I was just telling another friend of mine, you know, she was saying that she didn't come for Mixed Nuts. I say, hey, Mixed Nuts is the cheapest way to invest, to plant wisdom seeds, you know, $295. I know you may not understand, but that's very cheap compared to other courses. So once again, thank you very much to all your contribution, and let's call it a day. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. See you tonight in Asia and tomorrow morning for people on the other side of the hemisphere.